GM, Tuna, what is going on? How are you? But sorry for the delay. Sorry for those that were wondering what happened. But I got a good excuse, Tuna. I gotta tell you why I was delayed, man.
Okay, tell me about it.
Look, man, I've been doing this drug dealing stuff, man. I've been really like getting grindy. So I had to travel all the way to Mexico. I'm in Mexico City because I heard here is where the cartels are running shit. And you know what? If I'm gonna be the best of the best, if I'm gonna be the number one player in AddictedDotFun, I gotta know what's happening, how it goes down. So, Tuna, apologize for the delay. The flight got delayed, messed up my plans, messed up my whole. Here we
That's
are.
the real.
We
That's
are
the real.
live. We are here in Mexico City. Tuna, how are you feeling? How are you doing, man? How? What's the vibe right now coming from the studio?
I mean, I've been great, man. Like we launched Addicted last week. It obviously went insane well, and man, I can't. I'm gonna share the alpha of season 2 at the end. Not right now, but I cannot I cannot wait to share because it's gonna be massive. I'm gonna drop 3 massive alpha at the end. So I don't know how many people are watching right now, but just just stay tuned. But man, I've been great. I've been great, man. Yeah, let's do this.
Yeah, man, dude. Like you guys launched last week, went viral all over Twitter, all over socials. Everybody's talking about this. Everyone was making videos. Sora 2 came out perfectly timed as well. So we were seeing like some crazy videos about, addicted.fun. But tell me, like, how are you guys feeling? The expectations like went above and beyond. Like, getting to this point is so tough. Not many game developers get to see this part of the hope, right? A lot of people forget about product market fit. And I'll tell you this, man, the casino is alive. There's a reason why the casino exists. People always like want to hate on the casino, and I'm like, man, you have to understand what it does, right? What the dopamine that it gives us. But at the same time, really cool to be building like this in Web3 with the payment rails, with the transparency, what blockchain could offer. But from you guys getting to this point, what's been, man, like the aha moment where inside of the studio, you guys were like fucking high-fiving each other?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, let me share a little bit of our journey. So we've been building this consumer crypto apps for the past almost 5 years, 4.5 years. None of the product took off at all. Oh shit. We built we actually started with Axie Infinity. So literally I started with Web3 gaming with my crypto journey. And then we built tool for Axie Infinity and DeFi. We did DeFi. We did a DAO tools. We did mini games, bunch of mini games. We did prediction. Anyway, we built a bunch of stuff. None of them took off. And around a year ago, we started building this simulation theme on-chain games. Our thesis was that, look, gaming people hate speculation, but that's what people want to play in crypto space. We have to be honest. Prediction market is just pretty much just betting on 2 options, and a meme coin is obviously speculation. Most of the product that actually hit PMF, pubs and all, they are all speculation, but in a different form. So our thesis was that let's build game that's fully built on top of this speculation, but the experience is really gamified. And we thought simulation game was a great combo. We launched our first proof of concept Infected on base the end of the beginning of this year. Went insane viral, but the chain was not a right fit. So we moved to Solana, and honestly, did not expect this much. We knew that drug dealing game could go insanely well. Who doesn't want to play drug dealing game on blockchain? It's the best concept. But when I got this idea, I was like, this is the one. Anyway, I'll tell you the stats. So,
But before you give me that, right? Because
okay.
that's my next question, right? Because
All right.
look, I think there's a couple things to say, right? Consistency, dedication, and giving, trying, right, in this space is something that people don't really understand. There's so many times that, as a founder, as a developer, as anybody in crypto, we've taken our losses and we've taken our wins. And for those that are still here, man, like we have a different coat by now, right? I almost say like I always go to these like amusement parks. I'll go to Disney, and sometimes I'll tell them, don't even buckle me up. I need to feel like a rush. Like being in crypto, I don't feel the rush anymore. The 100x, I'm like, yeah, cool, yeah, next day, right? So give me the adventure. And honestly, this has given us that adventure, right? That has built that dopamine. And look, I love that you kind of have said, the type of game, style of game, the speculation. I don't even think sometimes people realize to be where we are just in general of crypto, it was all a speculation. Nobody knew what this was going to be, right? And essentially, speculation in gaming is still the number one thing. You look at Counter-Strike and loot boxes, the speculation you're having in there.
Exactly. That's the greatest example.
I don't need to hear like sometimes the people tell me, "Oh, dude, it's too much." Hey, man, you look. It's not like we're not. The speculation exists, man. You go to the grocery store and it's like buy 2 of these items and you might get a $50 gift card. And I'm like, okay, so I'm speculating on toilet paper now. And I'm like, shit, do I buy like which brand, right? So speculation and everything is gamified to a certain point. And I'm okay with it. I understand it. I think what you guys did was bring out a different way of on-chain gaming.
I think like what people wanted was like speculation is obviously what people want, but people wanted like an actual experience that people can feel related, like on top of it. Because like meme coin, it's a pure gamble. Like the people who actually play, like there's only demand for gamble addicts. Like not like if you look at the actual like hardcore players of Addicted, they're not meme coin traders, like or they're not pop traders. They are people like crypto people or traders that who love speculation but wanted to play something different on top of it. And I think like just like we nailed this like the building something in between, like entertainment, fun, gaming, and speculation, like somewhere in the middle.
Yeah. Look, I think at the end of the day, congrats to where we are today. Give us that data, give us that information that like a lot of people are wanting to ask, right? Because look, I think things are working well. I'm excited because there's a season 2. That means that season 1 was a success, and that gives us longevity to be able to say that there's a roadmap ahead, that you're able to keep building and keep giving us different iterations of what Addicted.Fun could be, and even goes further. That I think that I'll ask the next question after this, but it's going to be partnerships. It gives the ability to open the door to other partners to get integrated, to work with you guys, to capture data that everybody is looking for, to say, hey, how does success look like? What does success look like? What is success? Because many people don't understand how to even correlate what success is. They just think, hey, because if it's 100x, that's it. No, there's a lot more to revenue and understanding, hey, how we're going to turn the light bill, how we're going to pay the payroll in 2 years from now.
100%. So the stats is that we launched season 1 of Addicted, I think last Wednesday. No. Like Wednesday last week, and about 26,000 people are actively playing Addict. I think 26,000 people joined the game within the first 48 hours, and about 45 million trading volume happened within that time frame, like, which is insane. Oh, and also I have to mention the trailer video, the launch video of Addicted hit 2.2 million views. I think it's like it's one of the most viral launch video for like I think the game on Solana. I think it's safe to assume that like Addicted is one of the most viral games on Solana. So about like 40 to 45 mil trading volume within the first 48 hours. And yeah, it was just like took over the city for like basically a week. And the season 2 is coming, but yeah, I guess like those are the biggest numbers. 26,000 active players, 45 mil of total trading volume.
I'm glad you given us those numbers, because like think about that, man. Like 26,000 players, right? Like to some game companies, they could say, "Oh, that's not enough." To Web3 people that don't know sometimes and love to just,
they have no idea. Like even 1,000 players.
Yeah. At the end of the day, it's the revenue, right? It's the revenue that's being able to produce, to be able to keep giving, to be able to like say, hey, what do we do next? I think sometimes maybe that gets a little lost in the translation. I come from a business background, man. I'm all about business plans, financial analysis. Hey, what's year 1, year 3 going to be looking like? And I think like, yeah, you're hitting it on the money in year 1. Great. What is the next iteration to this?
I think like what people don't understand is that these 26,000 people it's not like a typical game. You have to, so basically when you start the game, you have to pay 0.5 Sol to build your first farm, which is at a time, I mean, still like around 120 bucks. That's insane. Like 26,000 people pay 120 bucks to join and play the game. Like, I think like, so that was like quite mind-boggling. So basically we made about 3.5 mil of revenue in the first 48 hours.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, like, we are betting all the money to just keep building game. But yeah,
no, that's
I guess
great to hear. At the end of the day, congrats, right? To be able to raise that kind of money. Congratulations, because I don't think people will say that, right? People will go and say what we see sometimes in the comments of like, oh, dude, talking down. Oh, I missed out. The ones that are the loudest are the ones that missed out, right? Like at the end of the day, it's always like that. I mean, I'm like that when I'm at the casino and I freaking lose money, man. I'm like, how do I call my credit card company and tell them I had fraud or something? Whatever, it's always like that. Losing in gaming is one of those things that not only gets toxic, but even worse today's day, that we have the ability to put it all on socials and make it, go amplified or viral because, I said the wrong thing. So I think congrats to you guys, because I think that's just something something no one will say, almost, in the sense, right? And I'm excited.
I think everyone like tried to like shy, like it's just how much they're making money, because everyone will call you like a raggers or scammers, right? Like you're extracting money from everyone. But we are fully transparent about our money, and yeah, all the money will be in the game. But anyway, yeah, let's just keep going.
Yeah, look, like I love it, because like, man, people are talking about that, right? Like talking about the transparency. Love that we're in, first of all, on blockchain, right? Like talk about transparency. You really like go get the forensic guy, go track the wallets, go see it. It's all there, right? At the end of the day, publicly, to be able to say it and say it here live on streams and talk about it on spaces and be very vocal about, hey, what do we want to do? It can't get any more transparent than that. You can't be anything more than that. If you the comparison, sometimes I'm like, guys, no way, this guy's over here like telling us what's the alpha. Season 2's around the corner. What are you thinking? What are you saying after season 1? The benchmark is high, but I know that you guys are very driven. I know that you guys are very, very passionate about what you're building. How do you go beyond that initial season 1? How do you spark that fire? What is it like? Tell us first from what are we going to get involved with? What are we going to expect? But what was it from season 1 that you said, fuck, man, season 2 is going to be 100x like crazier than season 1?
Well, there's one simple, clear answer to that question, but maybe I should keep it till the end, because that is the biggest alpha. Like that is the biggest alpha. and yeah, people just don't understand. Like the yeah. Okay, but I think what was the thing that people enjoy the most during the season one is ripping packs. Like that's what people enjoy. Like there were like so many fucking people just like posting the video of like ripping packs and people like screaming at like their cards. Like you rip packs and get cards, but like instead of Pokemon cards, like you get weed strains. It's stupid, but it's fun. Like, and each strain has a different power. You get like like rare cards and like people's. Anyway, that was exciting part for season one, but season two, it's gonna be way more social.
I
I
love
will,
social.
yeah, it's gonna be way more social, and it's gonna be more, um battle, like the actual battle, survival battles. I don't know, man. It's
Dude,
quite hard to like.
dude, give us the alpha. Give us the alpha. It's okay, man.
Should I drop the alpha now?
Yeah, dude, do it. Because you know what? Before we do, we make sure you smile into the camera and like
Okay.
let the people take a screenshot so that we could send it to the haters that are constantly saying season two's about
Okay.
to come out right now. Go for it, Tuna.
Okay. All right. So I'll drop the biggest alpha. Um, Basically, season two will be the largest on-chain survival game with the biggest winner prize in crypto history. And that is the whole reason why it's gonna go insanely more viral and take over city. Um, can't share the number yet, but it's gonna be insane. And also, the second alpha is that if you can survive for 7 days, you will take home the entire winner pot. One guy will win the whole winner pot. And the third is that if you already have a wheat farm on AddictedDotFun, you are eligible to join the game. That's it. That's it. That's it for today. But should be enough. Should be enough. And dude, it's gonna be insane.
All right, bro. I have a pretty crazy weekend, but I'm willing to cancel my plans. Can you tell us when are we expecting this? Like, when do you think? Like, is it within the week, within 15 days, within the month? Can you, what kind of alpha can you share on dates? Because I need to make sure I tell, my weekend plans in case I have to cancel today, in case I have to cancel the rest of my day. But what are we thinking? Are we thinking next 15 days, next month, next year?
Can't share the date yet, but it's not gonna be next month.
Okay.
And we are really, really working hard to ship it ASAP. But it's not gonna be next month. And yeah, just keep just keep an eye on. But yeah.
So we got to turn the notifications on. We got to keep
Oh,
grinding.
100%.
We got to keep figuring out the puzzle. Maybe you give us a puzzle to start fixing on. Like, hey, how do we find out the date? How do we find out what the game even is and what the entry point is? But look, man, this is super super exciting. I love that. I'm watching the chats. By the way, I read every single one of the comments because
Oh,
always
there's a comments.
you can't
Oh,
see them.
shit.
I can only see them.
Okay.
It's on my
Okay.
side, and I always love understanding it. But look, so it's a grand prize. It's the biggest prize pool that we've seen. It's definitely something that's gonna captivate Twitter and it's gonna captivate socials. But what do you think out of that? How do we make sure that we don't you know I don't want to say price out somebody. How do we make sure everybody has the opportunity for it, right? Because it is a lot of grinding. It is a lot of time and effort that needs to be put into it. And sometimes, like, not all of us have that opportunity to do that. But what will that be enabled in season two? How do we make sure that what's the call to action or the message you tell everybody? Like, yeah, grinding is one thing, but there's other ways also because you mentioned this, it's going to be more social. So it's maybe an easier lift for those that don't have the ability to spend all the time on being on the game.
Yeah, I guess like the best way to prepare is just make alliance, make friends, because the first few battles will be a single probably player game, but from the middle it gets really social, and you definitely will need help and coordinate with your friends or others to survive and move on to the next step. So just make alliance, make friends, and prepare. Yeah. Oh, you're still muting.
Yeah, what do you think for the new gamers, those that are kind of been sidelined, they didn't get into AddictedDotFun season 1? How are they, like, what's that call for those new players that are looking to now make sure that they don't miss out on season 1? That ability to get in, not to know that, hey, season 1 has their advantages. I always think that anybody that participate will, I'm sure there will be like multipliers or whatever, but that new player will also might be able to speed up and get ahead of the pack.
Yeah. Simple. Just start your wheat farm as soon as possible. Because if you don't have one, you can't join the game. And accumulate like the in-game currency as much as possible. Just make friends.
What do you think? Where should we all be? Should we all go into your Discord? Is that where, like?
So there will be a community chat during the game, but we don't have an open one yet.
Okay.
And also, I'll just tell you, you cannot join the you can't set up your wheat farm once the season 2 is live. So you have to make sure setting up one before the start. And yeah, once it's live, you can join the community chat, but I think it should be pretty easy to find player community on our Twitter.
Yeah, no, I think like it's always important to tell others, like especially like a lot of new people that I know. I spoke to a lot of people that were sidelined and they were kind of like waiting for the next season. I actually spoke to yesterday to somebody who was like super passionate and is like actually in the top 10, and I was like probing them. I was like, all right, yeah, I want to know, the questions that I want to ask tomorrow. And truthfully, I think that it's one of those things that like there are not many questions you ask, because it's one of those that you just got to get involved, right, to fully understand what it is. And then season 2 is exactly the same way, just to make sure that it's, hey, this time your notifications need to be on, but it's also an easier type game, right?
I can drop another alpha. Oh, did I say that? It's gonna be 7 days game. Only
Okay.
7 days.
So,
Only 7 days. So it's not like I'm telling you, the type of game that we build is fucking unique. Like, people want to try. People spend so many months. Like, nobody want to spend like month and month of work just to ship a product for like a week. But like, we do that because like that's how you like create totally unique and different new experience. But anyway, it's gonna be really intense week once the game is live. So yeah, you just have to be ready. Like, yeah.
What was the thought process though to making this a jackpot game, like a winner take all? Like, I look at the lottery, right? I look at like in real. I live in the States, so I don't know if around the world lottery exists, but sorry if it doesn't. And my father goes to the convenience store every single weekend and does his little like pencil number 2 pencil, and he's like,
oh my god,
things. Yeah, he's a little old school, and it's like a couple dollars and whatnot, and it's always been the jackpot. It's the jackpot that always gets him going, right? Now, yes, you could win, like, there are, I think you got to, like, if you get like out of the 7 numbers, the 3, whatever, there's tiers to this. What was the thought process to making it all just a jackpot and not a tier process?
Simple, because that's more fun, because you get the whole thing. Like, I think it's way more exciting to like basically aim for a chance of like getting the whole pie than share like everything with like it's just like getting slice of it. Like that's just we need like fucking dopamine focus game. Like that's like the reason why like we call it financialized entertainment, basically gaming experience on top of blockchain, is fucking unique and will go mainstream, is that it's dopamine focused. Like people's brain is like fried with the short form content. Like people want like excitement, dopamine, the feeling that you get like at that moment. And yeah, like the winner takes all is exactly that. It gives you the dopamine.
No, man, I think it gives me dopamine, right? Because I think like, hey, like I want to be. I'm a super ultra competitive person in anything I do, and I always want to be number one. And I always say like, there isn't that style yet in gaming. We haven't. I at least I haven't seen it yet, where it's just a winner takes all. And I think it's a different concept. It's different, unique. I applaud you for socially experimenting different things. I think that's just something that so many people are always so accustomed to wanting to do the same thing. But what happens that after the third or fourth try, it's not the same effect, right? And here you are trying something different and something unique and something new. And man, like that's what I get excited for, because we have to find ways to keep the attraction happening here sometimes, because people forget that. Yeah, I started this conversation and saying to you, I'll get on a roller coaster without putting the seatbelt on. Why? Because I'm just so used to it, right? But give me something different, and that's where things get really the chatter. Any chatter you see, that's good chatter. Bad chatter, FUD, I'll take it. It's just good.
And also that is totally true. And also I think Addicted started a new meta, and Solana gaming super cycle is real. It is happening. Like it is going to happen really soon. Like basically the vision of season 2 for Addicted is to build. Do you know Beast Games?
Yeah.
Reality show that Mr. Beast did
Yeah, of course.
with Amazon Prime. Basically, the vision for season 2 of Addicted is that rebuild Beast Games on blockchain. So
Tell me which car I gotta go touch. Tell me where I gotta put my hand on a car and I can't remove it for like 7 days. Tell me what I gotta do, because man, I'll tell you, those Mr. Beast games are no joke, right? Like they're super creative and super cringe at the same time, because I'm like, anybody could do this. But yeah, man, like I love that there's an inspiration to it where you're coming from it.
oh, 100%. And also like it's just like really fun, really viral. Like all of our games have like a few like core principles. One of the biggest one is we focus on virality, and we have never spent a penny on marketing. All of our viral contents are pure organic, because we spend time on brainstorming what idea would go viral the most. And yeah, just like Mr. Beast, he is the genius of like making viral contents, and Beast Games, that reality show, was literally one of the best. So like we're like, yeah, let's just build this on a blockchain, and nobody's doing it.
Yeah, I got my last question for you, and one that I like. I'll read a comment from the thing, but in the sense that, what do you think's one thing that people didn't understand on how to farm correctly within AddictedFun on the season one? What do you think was like sometimes maybe the misunderstanding that people had on the way or the style of play? Was it there's something that like stood out to you guys that, man, like, should we make it more clear? Should we make it more obvious type thing?
I think like what most of the people don't like didn't like still maybe like don't understand was like how this like harvest mechanics work. Basically, this the game mechanics is built based on Bitcoin mining mechanics with the game theory. Um, how like the calculation is the formula is pretty simple. Your grow power, aka sums of your like wheat plants, like divided by the total grow power of all the users, is that equals to your like network share percentage. And that's how, and basically your play is to increase this like your network share as much as possible to mine more Bitcoin. But I think people like, but like this game is meant to get harder and harder over time because more people join, and also these people try to increase their grow power at the same time, so that the total grow power of all the users just keeps increasing. But people, I guess like a lot of, not a lot, but like I think some people just stay their wheat farm level with the same wheat strains and expected the same results as like yesterday or like few hours later. That's just not how it works. Like you have to keep leveling up, increasing your power to catch up with other folks, because this game just gets harder and harder. But luckily, the right now, like I think because we the hype of the Addicted like season one is definitely way more calm now. Like it used to be, the one pack used to cost like 40 bucks, which is insane. It is pure
Insanity.
madness. But right now, I think it costs like about $4 or something. So like I think it's like right now is like a good time, but like in general, like I think that's what most of the people didn't understand or misunderstood. I mean, we could have communicated better. We added a lot of descriptions, but anyway, yeah, that will be my answer.
Look, I think like there's a thing that like people will say copycats and all this stuff, right? And I'll say this. I said this publicly the other day. The casino business. I always tell people this. The slot machine hasn't changed in 50 years. All it does is get rebranded and get reskinned, and like it's not innovating, but yet people still come back and do it every single time, right? And so I'm like, people like don't realize like there's the strategy be like what is the strategy that you're like expecting, what is the strategy you're looking at when you're playing games, like understanding where you're going to play the game, how you're going to play the game, how you're going to like again there's reasons like the machine tells you press 5 if you want to dump it all on, or press 3 if you only want to get 3 credits, right? The strategy is there, like it's the skin and what you're seeing there. So I think like sometimes people misunderstand that, and I think like yeah, how do you get them more involved? How do you get them to understand that communication is always going to be limited, because that's the dopamine that you also need to do is you want to discover it on your own. Like you have to like be part of the journey or part of the process to like understand what you're playing, or else it gets pointless of playing something if you know everything up front, right?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I guess. And also I'll tell you, like I want to add one thing, which is a lot of people, a lot of fathers just like saying we are copycat of like whatever shit that happened in the past or whatever, like a DeFi kingdom. I think that's what people are referring, like, or crypto valleys. But dude, virality is not that easy. Like you can't just make viral contents by just copying something. Like you have to be entirely new and different and interesting.
Yeah.
That's the only way to go viral. So
And
yeah,
it's why
just wanted to add that.
yeah, it's why I think it was really important for you guys to give the data, right? Because if it was a copycat of anything, like whatever, I don't care. I mean, look at this, man. I always say this: we're on Call of Duty like 10, we're on Grand Theft Auto 10, we're like you go to the movies, we're on Mission Impossible 10, we're on Fast and the Furious 10. Like, do you not understand like the entertainment business? People don't understand that. Like, everything is just a copycat or reskin of certain things. Like you still watch it, you still see it, you still play it. Like yes, different iterations. Like when people try to tell me or explain that to me, I have to tell them like time out and make sure you look zoom out for a second and realize, like, what is the industry? What is the entertainment industry looking like? What's the gaming industry look like, especially in a struggling gaming industry, right? And to be able to produce revenue in a gaming industry today, man, hats off to you. To do it with zero marketing dollars, yo, bro, high five. And now
Thank you.
able to say, hey, season 2's around the corner. I'm just excited. Like, I think, give me something different. Give me something new. You just told me 7 days, man, locked in for 7 days. The game's only going to be alive for 7 days. Great. It's going to be more social aspects of a game. Great, cool. Because I compete in that. Great. I'm going to be very much having the notifications on. Next month, great. Or the month after, cool. I'm locked in. I got it.
No, it's gonna be this one. It's gonna be this one's. Not gonna be next one. Yeah, and also you have to, and the most importantly, the prize. But yeah, that's it.
All right, dude, it's happening in October. Just don't make sure it doesn't happen this weekend, because I'll be back home on Monday.
No, it's not gonna be. It's not gonna happen this weekend. Yeah.
All right. All right. Look, Tuna, give us the last message from you guys. How do we make sure we all get involved? AddictedDotFun on Twitter / Twitter.com. I mean X.com / AddictedDotFun. Any other tips that we should know before the next release? How do we make sure we're still entertaining, getting involved?
Yeah, just stick with us, and just don't miss our updates. But that's it. And also, just shout out to all the Addicted players. Thank you so much for playing our game. I know that we make tons of mistakes, and we're trying our best to, like, just improve the game. Hopefully, I mean, for sure, the season 2 will be way more viral and crazier. So, yeah, let's see.
Yeah, look, hats to you, man, and more power to you for being live and being very transparent about it. I can't tell you, man, it takes a lot to get onto streams and be able to do things like this, because yeah, a lot of people sometimes the pressure is a lot, but I think you're taking the pressure to a different level and saying, hey, how do we keep producing? How do we keep giving back? And I think, like, just hearing that there's going to be a larger prize pool to something like this, man, it means that you guys are very much understanding the way that revenue is and the way that you want revenue to be in season 2.
Yeah, for sure, man. Let's do this. Let's cook.
Look, till the next stream, we're gonna run it back. Once you give me the date, send me the date. We'll come back on a live stream. We'll announce the date together. We'll get involved. We'll get involved. Whatever the type of game it is, I'm in. I want to participate. I don't want to be sidelined. And for everybody who's in the comments, I see you all. Look, the whole idea is to find out more of what's coming. Tuna gave it to us. We know the date. We know the type of the game. We know how long it's going to last. It's 7 days. You don't need any more alpha than that. We'll stop there with the alpha. We'll stop with the alpha leaks. Yo, Tuna, I'll see you back here on the show. Stay tuned, everyone. Thanks for tuning in.